In Alvin Plantinga's Reformed Epistemology articles in the 1980s, and maybe one or two from the late 70s, he gives two major arguments against classical foundationalism. In order to understand them, we have to begin by understanding foundationalism, which is a theory in epistemology. According to foundationalism, in order for our beliefs to be rational, they need evidence. And this evidence comes from other rational beliefs. But this process does not go on into infinity. It has to begin somewhere. There have to be beliefs which can serve as evidence for other beliefs, but don't themselves need evidence. These are our basic beliefs. A basic belief is a belief which I have without any evidence for it. And a properly basic belief is one which does not need any evidence. So to be a little more precise, according to foundationalism, we need properly basic beliefs, and they have to be the supporting evidence for all of our other beliefs. Now, according to classical foundationalism, a variation of foundationalism, there are only three ways a belief can be properly basic. It has to be self-evident, or it has to be incorrigible, or it has to be evident to the senses. So using my sensory perception alone, I can tell that it's raining. So I have some properly basic beliefs here. And I have properly basic beliefs, perhaps that 2 + 2 = 4. That's self-evident. And I know I exist. I believe that I exist, and I don't really have any evidence for it. I can just see that it's true. That is to say, I don't have evidence in the form of other beliefs, and I don't need it. And we might say this is an incorrigible one. It's difficult, as Descartes said, to correct my belief that I exist. Otherwise, who's doing the correcting, you know? So these might seem to be good examples of good examples of properly basic beliefs, according to classical foundationalism. Now, so far so good. Plantinga doesn't really have any problems with treating these as properly basic. Plantinga's problem is saying that all properly basic beliefs must be self-evident, evident to our five senses, or incorrigible. One of his arguments is this: there are properly basic beliefs which do not meet this criterion. They are not self-evident, they are not self-evident, incorrigible, or evident to the senses. For example, my memory beliefs. I believe I had a cup of tea a couple of hours ago, and I don't need evidence for this. I'm justified by my belief alone. It's a rational belief with or without evidentiary support. And it's not evident to the senses, it's not incorrigible, it's not self-evident, it's a memory belief. It doesn't fit those categories, but it's obviously a properly basic belief for me. It's appropriate for me to believe that. It's rational, even without other evidence. Furthermore, my belief in other minds isn't necessarily evident to the senses, self-evident or incorrigible. My belief that there are other minds existing in the universe is a paradigmatic example, according to Plantinga, of a rational belief, even without evidence, and it does not meet the standard of the classical foundationalist. Now, this is one interesting argument against classical foundationalism. Plantinga's bigger argument against classical foundationalism, his more significant argument, is that classical foundationalism is self-referentially incoherent. That is to say, it contradicts itself. It does not even meet its own standard. Classical foundationalism is a theory in epistemology. It's a belief, and this particular belief is not self-evident. It's not evident to the senses, it's not incorrigible, and no one has apparently ever explained how it could be supported by beliefs that are. So it doesn't meet its own criterion. Classical foundationalism has a criterion for proper basicality. A belief is self-evident, evident to the senses, or incorrigible, but it also has a criterion more generally for knowledge, for a belief to be known. And a criterion for rationality. For a belief to be rational, it must be self-evident, evident to the senses, incorrigible, or supported by beliefs that are. But this very theory is not any of those things, so classical foundationalism contradicts itself. Now, Plantinga famously suggests that belief in the existence of God might be properly basic. Consider other videos on this channel for more information on that topic.